Record. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So.
I got a question.
Okay, so I didn't even get to ask.
What was the
Jules, you're on. Go ahead.
what were the four pillars again?
Well, the four pillars, the examples that I use are for mine. It could be you can have.
Yeah, but before you talked about your four, what were the original four that came from the marketing vortex?
Oh no, she just has pillar number 1, pillar number 2, pillar number 3.
Oh right. Oh okay.
What's in your program? So what you want to do is take a look at what you're teaching and break that down. So let's do that for you.
Got it. Right. Okay.
So do you want to talk it through? Do you want to give an example?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Please. Yeah.
So tell me what's in your program. What are your individual components of your program?
Gosh, I think it's a mishmash. At this minute, I guess what we have is different levels of membership that we're going to be offering. But I do think there is like a shine process, if you like, which we see really helps people to move closer into sort of monetizing what it is they want to do and to live more closely and more deeply on purpose.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's what we want to talk about. What is the shine process? That's what everybody, right. You guys, all of you have a process, so just think about what they are. Okay, how many components are in the shine process, Jules?
Look, I think overarching there would be 3 areas. Inspiration, which is all about connecting to your intuition, to your sense of creativity, to your higher purpose, to what's really, really calling you, and becoming familiar with that language and becoming really familiar with the impulses that come from the inspiration level of your being. So that would be one. And then the second would be connection. So there are 3 inspiration, connection, and then action. And connection is really about embodying it for yourself. So one of the most important parts at that stage is saying yes. I mean, you can't fuck around and give a half-hearted yes to something. If you want to go out and change the world, you better give an outrageous bloody yes to that. You know, you got to make a powerful commitment from the inside. So that middle phase is connection to yourself, to your purpose, and saying yes. Then it's also connecting to like-minded people. Like, we're all in that connection phase here. Each of us is really aligned and really attuned with our purpose and making a difference in serving others. So that's part of the connection phases, seeing who else is in your tribe, creating your network, being part of a community, and then how do you work within a community to get results? That's the whole...
Jules, you just said it. So it's about living an inspired life. So what are the 3 things I need to do to live an inspired life and shine? Yeah. So you just, that's exactly, you have 3 different products right there that fit within your overall shine process.
Perfect. Great. That's really, really clear. Thanks. So do I have to have 4 pillars, or can I have 3?
No, you can have 3. So here's let me go back. Gina's suggestion is a minimum of 3, maximum of 6, because if you have more than 6, it spins out of control. You know?
Got it.
So the sweet spot is between 4 and 5. And
okay.
Yeah, and actually, Jules, you could even add the make a difference component to yours, because if we're tapping who we are, then it's like, well, how do you get out there and how you? Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Are we good?
Yeah. Right, we're great. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's see who else wants to come on now. Okay, Barbara, you are on. Go for it.
All right. Well, I was wondering, I don't really have a low entry package like you mentioned. So that would be pillar one, I guess. So I think for me, I need to focus on creating that. And I'd like to just get some feedback from anybody that'd like to chip in. But also, I just was wondering what a low entry package would look like. So for instance, is the price of $297 too high? I mean, is there a price range for that entry package, or is it just you go with what would be half of what your normal package would be? Or
Yeah. My feedback on it is that based on the package you're offering, with what I know about you, I'd go between $297 and $497.
So about half of what my main
yeah,
package is right
yeah.
now.
Because then it would make sense for them to add a little bit more to it. You know, the people, since you're certifying coaches, that's a commitment. That's more like a higher level inner commitment.
Got it.
So in that case, like you don't want to be doing a $97 product, because the people who buy a $97 product aren't really going to be going out there starting their coaching business and getting certified, taking it to the next level the way you want to go. You want higher quality people who are already in motion as opposed to the startups. So if you raise the price, you're going to be actually sifting through the people who are not going to be wanting to get certified. So yes, certification and university accreditation, these are higher end, attraction packages.
Yeah. Okay. So creating something that maybe doesn't include certification for between the $297 to the $497. That makes a whole lot of sense.
So in your case, what you need to do is actually take it down, and in your training, what does it take to become a coach? So identifying, what kind of coach you want to be, knowing about coaching, and then actually coaching, the process of coaching and fine-tuning your coaching skills, and then it's marketing your coaching business.
So like a high-level overview, taking people through a high-level overview of what it would be like to have their own coaching business if they wanted that.
Well, no. Here's what you want to do. You want to take your existing program and divide it up into components.
Oh, okay.
When people go through your certification course, there's, when you're walking them through the process, there is, the work that they do to prepare. Then there is the work that they actually do when they practice with clients before they get certified. And
yes,
then there's the work that they do to promote their coaching business. So I'm saying you already have what you need. You divide it into 3 segments.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. So who is next?
Yeah, this is Tony Marie. I can go next. I'm just trying to, my webcam's not cooperating though.
I'm trying to find you, Tony. I don't.
Okay, I was just like, I think this laptop that I bought for this purpose just needs to go back to Best Buy.
I don't even see your video though. I mean,
well, it's because it's not letting me change it off mute.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, I mean, I don't even see you to click.
It's telling me that it's failed to start the camera. So let me just unplug the camera.
Tony, I'll come around with a bottle of red wine and we'll sort it all out.
Bless your heart, Julian.
I don't see Aziza either. Barbara, can you check to see if Aziza is on, waiting on it to get in?
She's driving DC to the airport, so I think she's intermittently involved. I've been kind of chatting with her. She's sort of on and off a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that's well. Thanks for letting me know. I thought she couldn't get in. I know last week.
No. She
to monitor, people were stuck outside. I didn't even know they were there.
No, it's all good.
So if you can live without me without the camera, because I can't get it to work right now. I've already rebooted my computer twice.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Just go ahead, Tony. You're
Yeah.
on, and I'll just stay on video, and we'll listen to you. Go.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I loved listening to the training and liked the idea of the pillars, and I'd love some help in clarifying what my pillars need to be.
Okay.
So, as you know, my brand name is the Synergy Zone, and part of the promise there is that I help people create synergy in their lives and their businesses by aligning what they consciously want, by aligning their subconscious with what they consciously know they want to achieve. That's essentially the promise.
Okay.
And so, of course, I'm very interested in that topic. When clients come to work with me, they work with me on career and money mindset. They work with me on relationship and on health and relationship with their bodies. So I'm a little unclear as to whether, and obviously they're very broad topics. So I don't know whether they should be my pillars and I should be talking about like money mindset and, you know, how to be healthy in relationship and how to be in healthy relationship with your body. They're very big topics.
Hold on. Let me ask, because I need to ask you questions as you're going. Otherwise, I will forget what ideas are done. Okay. So first, we need to identify the process you want people through. It's not necessarily whether it's about their body or their mind or, you know, a relationship. It's like, what is the process? The first thing you do is work with people for them to identify there's what they're looking for, you know, on a subconscious level, or what they're looking for on a conscious level.
Yes.
And then you create the processes for them to achieve the results they're looking for. So everything you walk them through is the process. Whether it's about their body or they're about, you know, about relationships, it's still the same process you walk them through for them to understand themselves and get the results they're looking for, right?
Right. And I mean, of course, it's highly customized to each individual I work with. And I think if I were to break it down, the first thing is, as you said, to identify consciously what they want to achieve and attract to themselves. Then the second piece is identifying what might be interfering with that. So like the counter intentions behind that.
Yeah.
And then the third piece that I do in the process is really cementing that agreement, getting compliance between the subconscious and the conscious mind, and then putting that on autopilot.
Perfect. So you can actually create a product on, you know, how to identify what it is that you really want. Okay, and how to get your subconscious to cooperate, and so you're living your full life on full on whatever. There's a, you know, we can talk about different ways of, you know, basically creating the sound bites, but that's the idea. How to decide what you want, and how to be clear on what you want, how to be clear on the life you want to live, and then it could be, is your subconscious sabotaging, you know, your success? Is your subconscious sabotaging your relationships, you know, or it could be, is your subconscious sabotaging your relationships and finances? Your subconscious sabotaging your life, you know? So,
right.
So that's the second component, which I know people will buy both, because a lot of times the biggest challenge we have is having clarity in making choices, because we're always second guessing ourselves. So the first one is viable. The second one, we know that if there's a lot of buzz about it, our subconscious is interfering with this. So if you have a process that will make it easier for me to tap into my subconscious and know, is it really, what are some of the things in my subconscious that are interfering with it? Yeah, I also want to know about that. And then the next one would be, okay, now that you figured out, you know, what you want, and if your subconscious is, you know, standing in your way, or how it's standing in your way, Now it's time for you to negotiate, be the negotiator, be the mediator between your subconscious and your conscious, and cement your desires to get what you're looking for.
Okay.
Okay, so I would go after that, and then it's about the maintenance of it or taking it to the next level. But those are the components that I see in what you're doing. From what I've heard you say in the past and also now. Did anybody hear something different in there? No. Okay. So does that work for you, Tony?
Yeah, that does. That's helpful. I appreciate you walking me through my own stuff. Sometimes I think we get too close to things.
Oh, yeah. We're on information overload about our stuff. So then what you want to do is you want to take each individual component. So when, for example, choosing what you want to do, okay, choosing what you want. And then breaking that down, what are some of the exercises you walk people through or the processes you walk people through? What are some of the tools you use? What are the assessment tools? Anything that you use, take a look at them, see maybe you have 4 or 5 or 6 different ones, and then decide which ones are the ones that are going to be most resonating with people.
Okay.
You start using those as your lead generators. You start using those as the exercises you do within your TV show. You getting this?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah. So then you go to the same thing with the subconscious. You know, how do I figure out, you know, what my subconscious is doing? You know, it's like, well, you hear the question, are you doing this? Are you doing that? You know, ask and answer questions, walk people through a process. In your case, it would be really good if you did some laser coaching with people, because dealing with the subconscious is very elusive to us. So
yes.
If they actually see you working with somebody, it's like, oh, yeah, oh, I can do that.
Right.
Yeah. And then of course, the next one is that how to get an agreement. You know, be your mediator, be your own mediator for a happy, healthy, successful life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Get that contract, to get that agreement within yourself.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Who else? Nabi, I know you're there. I do know you're there. You can hide all you want. I know you're there. Okay, baby, you are on. You are on. Unmute yourself, please. No, you're still muted.
Okay, Nobby, you move your mouth and I'll ask the questions.
Oh, there you are. Now we got you.
I am unmuted.
Yeah, we hear you now.
It's okay. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I just changed the microphone. Hi, Anne.
Hello, Nabi. Good to see you.
I know. My offers basically go, I have a low-end product at $97. I have my signature program, which is $997. And then I have my certification program, which is $2,500. That's it.
Okay, so we're talking about the pillars within them. So let's break it down. Come on.
Well, how would I break that down? It's like, you know, people who don't want to pay the $997, who don't want the comprehensive package and the all-in coaching and training that goes with that, and keep them on track. Then the option is there for them to be able to pick up the low end and say, okay, I'm going to try and do this myself, but I'll do it with the very basic parts of the program.
No, what we're talking about here with the Vortex is taking your system, you know, whether it's the 97 or the 2000, 2500, whatever it was, there is a system that runs through all of them. You know, just like with me, get ready, get on set, get paid. With you, there's also, you know, figuring out your finances or assessing where you are, and then deciding how you're going to be dealing with your finances, and then how you're going to be thriving with your finances, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. So, the first part is assessing your finances. Where are you? And, the promotion of that would be, before you can make any changes, you need to know where you are financially. And so So that's the first part of your training, your program, your services. That's the first part. So the next one is how to repair your finances and repair your home budget or whatever. So that's the other one. That's another product in itself, because some people already know where they are. They just want to know how to repair it. And there are going to be others who are like, okay, now that I've gone, they figured out what it is, and they're basically at point zero. It's like, well, how do I go and create the budget that's going to help my family thrive, in your case. So basically what we're saying here is that you take your program and divide it into 3 parts. Where is the initial, where am I, and how do I fix it, and how do I make it grow?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I get that. And I mean, basically, I cover that in my talks and what I do anyway. I just haven't broken it down into those separate components.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The whole thing with this is that you don't want to go and create another product. You're just taking what you already have and compartmentalizing it, so you're able to offer it individually. Just like I was saying before, if I choose to offer, how to make the camera love you by itself, I can actually do that, offer that, and by itself. And then when people buy that, I say, well, you need to know how to show up on camera. I mean, you need to know how to use your camera. So learn how to produce your videos. Go sign up for the whole program. Okay, that's the idea here. When they get one, you want to tell them, well, don't you want the others? Like, great, now that you know where you are financially, well, don't you want to know how to repair it? And don't you want to know how to make sure you thrive ongoing? So that's when, if they buy the one with the first component. Well, the other ones, if they buy it on how do I, fix my credit, so it would be, well, now that you know how to fix your credit, don't you want to make sure you never slide back into it, because habits are hard to break. So let's make sure you don't. So sign up for the whole program so you're able to maintain it. You get it? So that it's just one is leading to the other. You want to be able to say, now that you have that, you better take the whole thing, because you need the rest of this.
I need you as my coach.
Okay, done. I'll send you the bill. But Navi, I am your coach. This is what we're doing here.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Am I in a twilight zone? Am I someplace I'm not supposed to be there? I thought you signed up for the program because you wanted me to coach you.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. I'm doing my job.
It wasn't just to get me out of bed.
No, I know it's early in the morning for you. Yeah, I'm sure you could have thought of a few other reasons to get out of bed in the morning besides getting on the call here. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so are we good? Is that making it easier for you to decide? Because here's the thing, Navi. For your TV show, you need to have exercises that coincide, with your program. So if you're going to have an 8-week episode, season, then you need to have exercises for each one of those 8 shows that are showcasing your program. So once you break it down, it's going to be easier to pull out exercises, because you're going to know exactly what you're focusing on. So that's the idea here, to break it down, to create the promotional, sound bites, the short videos, the 30-second tips, and the 3-minute experiential exercises. Break everything down and start creating short videos you can start promoting with. And that's where we're kind of gelling everything at this point, because for your show to be successful, to start making money, you need to be making money for your business.
Make money?
Yeah, make money, honey. Yes, isn't that the name of your book?
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Nobby, we teach what we need to learn.
Yes. Very true.
Okay, Okay, so are we good with this? Is this making sense? Because when you start creating the episodes for your TV show, okay, let me get back on here. When you're creating episodes for your TV show, the season, which is what you're going to be starting to do in January, this is going to make it so much easier to decide exactly what's going to be in each one of those episodes, what exercises you're going to do, because you have everything in your book already. You have everything in your program already. We just need to figure out the segments you're going to be showcasing in each episode. Again, it has to be something that's appealing to the masses. You know, it needs to feel like, oh, I can do this. Because if it's something really complex, like, for example, I would not be doing the business growth calculator breaking down within the TV show. Because in a short time frame, looking at all those numbers, it's going to confuse and overwhelm people. And I don't want them to feel confused and overwhelmed. You know, I want them to feel like they're empowered. So if I'm using something on the monetization aspect of it, I could say something like, look, you know, if you want to make $10,000 a month, let's say, if you have a membership site and you're charging $10 each person, you just have to focus on putting 1,000 people in there, and there goes your $10,000 a month. So let's figure out how to get those 10,000 people in your membership site. That feels doable. But if I pull out the whole calculator and be crunching numbers, and, you know, people's eyes are going to be spinning in their heads, you know. So we want to, this is where discernment comes in. What are people going to be excited about? And this is where you start paying attention to when you're interacting with people. What are they excited about? Which things you see them, you know, the eyes light up and like, wow, tell me more about that. Those are the things you want to start including in your show, because those are the lead generators. It's like when Hollywood releases a film, they pick the best little moments within the film to create the trailer. So anytime we see the trailer, it's always the best things within the movie. When I'm looking at a trailer and it's not very exciting, I'm like, oh my God, that movie must be really bad. Because if that's the best they have, they must be really bad. So a lot of people make the mistake of like, well, I'm going to keep my best stuff for the program. If I teach this here, then, you know, people aren't going, you know, then I'm giving away my best stuff. It's the wrong kind of thinking. First of all, you can't possibly teach all your best stuff in 3 minutes. If you can, you shouldn't be doing this to begin with. That's my take on it. But if you're showing your best stuff and make it fun and exciting and doable, then people are going to want the rest of it. You know, it's like taking medicine. You know, we may not want to take it, but we understand it's going to make us feel better sometimes. So that's kind of the boring stuff comes in. And especially since you're dealing with money, I want you to kind of start adopting this mentality. How can you make it fun and exciting for people to want to sit down and do this? You know, how can you make planning the budget a family affair? How do you get the husband and the kids involved with it? How can you take the kids on an excursion and teach them how to manage money with apples and oranges or whatever? I don't know. I'm just kind of coming up with ideas. But you want to make the exercises fun and exciting so people will want to watch the show and bring their family to watch the show. You know, in your case, since you're talking about family budget, the kids need to be involved. Well, you can't sit there and teach math to kids. They don't, because that relates to school. They don't want it, you know. So you have to get inside the minds of the people that are going to be watching the show. And this is why it's important to break it all down and then figure out what you're going to be showcasing.
Yep, no, that's good. It's all good stuff.
Very good. Thank you. So let's see who else. Is Aziza back? No, I guess she's on her way to the airport. Well, we have more time. We did so good today. We actually have more time. This is pretty cool. This is the first time that's well. No, last week we ended kind of early because we didn't have many people on last week. Everybody was traveling. So what should we do? We can.
I've got a question.
Okay, hold on. Let me find you there.
Yep, here I am.
You're on.
Well, you just said, you know, what will people get excited about? How do we kind of find that out? You know, in terms of the topics, etc. Because I have my whole version, and 9 times out of 10, I can be so off the mark. I'm really excited about it. But it doesn't mean to say the market is or people will. So how do we work out what people are excited about?
You ask. We don't know.
I knew there'd be a ridiculously simple answer.
So, well, actually, there are several ways. What I look for, like I was saying, see what people are excited about when you're having conversations with them. You know,
Right.
one-on-one conversations is usually a pretty good indicator which things are jumping out. Sometimes it's how you say something. It's not necessarily the topic itself. It's how you say it. So you can actually test that. You can send an email to your list saying, you know, between these three topics, which one should I be creating a video for? Which one would you like? And then you can actually post even the way you're describing something and say, which one is better, this one or that one? I'm going to use it for my book, or I'm going to use it for whatever you're going to use it for, and say choose between this one and that one. Especially sound bites, people will respond, and you know it makes a big difference. So getting involved, getting your tribe involved is going to be a part of it.
Right. No, that's great advice. Thanks.
Well, you're welcome. Anybody else?
Well, I was just going to say another mechanism that I've used for market research is Facebook groups. Like if you belong to some groups that are your target market, you can always ask the questions in the chats and stuff like that. There, you can poll people. The word of warning I would have about that is, though, be careful how many groups of people you ask, because I have made the mistake of asking multiple groups on like course titles and subtitles, and every single group has come up, polled them, and you know each one has come up with a different one that they like. So it hasn't really helped. So I'd say pick one or two that you think are your people and ask them so you don't get too confused and you can actually make a decision.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Picking somebody in your target market, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. One of the things that when you mentioned about Facebook and having groups, it's recommended for marketing, it's certainly by Brendan Burchard and his Facebook marketing expert, that we use have two different groups or pages, that are connected to our genre and what we do. So you can post in the two different groups and attract people to those two different group pages. And then you can, as you market to those two different pages, you're kind of feeding everybody back into your blog or your funnel or your website or something like that. But I think that's a pretty good idea to cross promote into two different pages that are relative to what you're promoting.
So Barbara, is that so you can try like kind of almost split test, so you would have two different messages for each, one in one group and one in the other group? Is that why you do the two?
Well, that's a great thought about that. What I actually have is I have a group or a page where I have my coaches that after they graduate, I say, hook up with me here. And then I have a page that I'm marketing. It's about life coaching to individuals that are not certified yet. So I have kind of two different pages. I have two different groups, people that are certified and people that aren't. Mm-hmm. And so I'm posting on both of those and bringing people in to both of them. So yeah, I think it would depend on what it is that you're promoting, whether you'd want to. But the whole idea behind the two pages is that you're cross-promoting and you're bringing in double the amount of people. And Brendan Burchard said that his cross-promotion on the two different pages that he manages, plus his own page, helped him to generate over 1 million viewers. And I think he's over 4 million now. So he specifically said that was how he got to over 1 million, was having two different pages that he was promoting besides his main page. So.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be a full-time job managing the two groups, though. Do you have a VA or someone that helps you, Barbara?
Oh, okay. I got another hot tip. In fact, I could put a URL in here. There's software that you can get to do those posts, because that was another thing that Brendan Burchard recommended, that you post 4 times, you ready? 4 times a day on each one of those pages. So if you multiply that out, that's like, you know,
A lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So I got this software. I'm going to see if I can find the link, if I have the link.
Yeah. I've got one that I use called CoSchedule.
CoSchedule. Okay, that would
Yeah,
probably be the
something I
same.
use.
That would probably do it. Okay.
Bye, Julian.
Bye.
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 Okay.
Happy holidays.
All right.
We'll be here next week. We're doing a call next week.
Okay, I'll see you all then.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Drive carefully.
Bye.
See you. Okay. Okay, so it looks like today will be a 1 hour call as opposed to an hour and a half, which is wonderful. Anybody else, any additional thoughts before we go off? No. Okay. All right then. Okay, everybody. I'm Ann DeVere. This is Turn Your Show into Cash. Today was all about creating your marketing.
Oh, sorry, I clicked on Barbara's link and it made more sense.
So, yeah, we have fun. Interruptions are a part of it. Okay.
Right.
So next week we're going to be talking about putting together your co-op marketing. Okay, it's all about identifying your co-op collaborative and your co-op marketing, because once you figure out different ways you're going to be promoting, you need to figure out how you're going to be getting it out there in a big way. So next week we'll put together co-op collaborative. The following week it's going to be multi-channel publicity. So this is all about everything fitting together and expanding. Okay, so again, this is Turn Your Show into Cash. Today was Module 9, your marketing blueprint. And we talked about the marketing vortex and how to take everything you have and break it down and build it up again, get it out there in a big way. And we will be seeing you next week, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Ann. Bye, everyone.
Bye.